President, could you advise me how much time our side has remaining in morning business?
10 minutes and 40 seconds.
I'd like, if there's 10 minutes remaining, I'd like to take the next 5 minutes and then yield to Senator DeMint for the remaining 5 minutes. If the chair would please advise me.
So ordered.
President, I appreciate the comments we've heard this morning from the distinguished senator from Nevada and the distinguished senator from Louisiana, and I couldn't agree more with the comments they've made. I would like to add some perhaps even more eloquent words, and rest assured they're not mine, to this debate, because I think it helps us understand in a way that that we might not otherwise understand what's at stake here and what the people who are most directly impacted, what they believe is at stake in the war on terror, and particularly the conflict in Iraq. I first want to quote from the words of Roy Velez. Roy is from Lubbock, Texas, and has lost two sons, one in Iraq and one in Afghanistan. Recently, Roy Velez said this. He said, "It's not about President Bush. It's not about being a Democrat or a Republican. It's about standing behind a country that we love so much. I know it has cost us a lot in lives, including my two sons, and it has taken a toll on America. But we can't walk away from this war until we're finished." I don't know anyone who has earned the right to speak so directly to what's at stake, the sacrifices that have been made, and the consequences of our leaving Iraq before it is stabilized and able to govern and defend itself. Then there's also the story of Second Lieutenant Mark J. Daly. Lieutenant Daly was 23 years old, from Irvine, California. He was with the 4th Brigade Combat Team, 1st Cavalry Division out of Fort Bliss, Texas. Lieutenant Daly was killed on January the 15th when an improvised explosive device exploded and ripped through his vehicle, taking his life and those of 3 fellow soldiers. Mark had been, as so many of our military have done, keeping in touch with his family via email. And he maintained a blog on the popular MySpace website. In that blog, Mark specifically explained, quote, why he joined. And this is what he wrote. "This question has been asked of me so many times in so many different contexts that I thought it would be best if I wrote my reasons for joining the Army on my page for all to see. First, the more accurate question is why I volunteered to go to Iraq. After all, I joined the Army a week after we declared war on Saddam's government with the intention of going to Iraq. Now, after years of training and preparation, I'm finally here. Much has changed in the last 3 years. The criminal Ba'ath regime has been replaced by an insurgency fueled by Iraq's neighbors, who hope to partition Iraq for their own ends. This is coupled with the ever-present transnational militant Islamist movement, which has seized upon Iraq as the greatest way to kill Americans, along with anyone else that happens to be standing near. What was once a paralyzed state of fear is now the staging area for one of the largest transformations of power and ideology the Middle East has experienced since the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. Mr. President, I would just say in closing that we can't claim to support the troops and not support their mission. If we don't support the mission, we shouldn't be passing non-binding resolutions. We should be doing everything within our power to stop it. I do believe that we should support that mission. I do believe we should support our troops, and that's why I believe we should send them the message that, yes, we believe you can succeed, and it's important to our national security that you do. I yield the floor.